Happy Mother's Day, my fellow strangers. This is Mrs. Strange, and on today's episode for Stranger Universe, I will talk about a new rumor for Stranger Things 5. Before we start, please like, comment, and subscribe to see more episodes from Stranger Universe. Turn on your notifications to never miss another episode again. Follow us on our social media platforms to stay updated with Mrs. Strange and the Stranger Universe family every day. And now, let us begin. Earlier today, word started going around on social media about more than one time jump happening in Stranger Things Season 5. All of this comes from the user Rejected Scooper on Twitter, who has been known in the leaks and spoilers community for occasionally revealing legit information on superhero movies. Because this person is not 100% reliable, we need to label this scoop as a rumor and nothing more until further notice. Rejected Scooper posted a list of info they heard about upcoming MCU projects, but they also snuck in a scoop about Stranger Things 5 supposedly having multiple time jumps happening throughout the final season. They never clarified on how they got this information, and until today, they have never spoken a word about Stranger Things in general, which makes me dubious about them having inside information on Season 5 or other non-superhero movies and shows. But to play devil's advocate, let's assume that this is correct. One way this could work is that right after the opening flashback with Will Byers and the Upside Down, Season 5 could begin with an immediate time jump that skips over the fallout of Season 4. This would then be followed by another time jump in the middle of the season, likely after Episode 4. From a narrative standpoint, it would only work if something major happens in Season 5, like a main character dying and forcing everyone else to retreat and rebuild for one final battle in the second half of the story. And then, once the conflict with evil is finally resolved in Episode 8, the story could do one final time jump at the end of Stranger Things 5 in the form of an epilogue, much like the one in the final Harry Potter movie. We could see what the main cast of characters are doing years after everything that happened with Hawkins, maybe even a high school graduation in the spring of 1989, saying goodbye to a decade full of adventure and wonder. So in general, 3 time jumps in one season, and depending on how they deal with the aftermath of the previous season, they could bring in flashbacks that explain how our characters dealt with the portals at the end of March 1986. However, the idea of Stranger Things 5 jumping to multiple points in time is something that gets me a bit worried. The storyline right now has multiple plot points that need to be resolved, ranging from love triangles to mysteries unresolved, and of course, the state of Hawkins at the end of Stranger Things 4. It has me a bit anxious because it could disrupt the flow and pacing of the story in Season 5. In general, it might actually make the story more confusing than it needs to be. If Stranger Things 5 does choose to do multiple time jumps, it should avoid doing more than 2 or 3 to reduce the chance of the story becoming overly convoluted. Here's hoping that the Duffers don't complicate things even more. Overall, very strange times. And that is all that we have for today. What are your thoughts on this newest rumor for Stranger Things Season 5? Today's special shout-out is for Time 5746. To get a chance at becoming our next special Stranger Universe shout-out, type it down in the comments section below. Turn on your notifications to never miss another Stranger Universe episode like this one. Join us on our episode premieres to interact with Mrs. Strange and other members of the Stranger Universe family. Thank you all for watching. I am Mrs. Strange, and this is Stranger Universe. Over and out.